All right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
All right, we the brothers here from Great Millstone Atlanta Camp with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, we hope and pray that it's edifying. Before I get started, of course, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Also, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, salutations, much love to the elect of Israel scattered around the four corners of the earth, as given our diligence to make their calling of election sure. Shalom to you and your families. All right, in this lesson, we're going to be dealing with how, we have liberty in Yahweh Shai, meaning, we've been freed from the lies, from the deception. We've been freed from, the bondage of this world, the confusion, the deceit, all of the things that pertain to this world. When we came into this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, we were freed from those things. But at the same time, as we were freed from the bondage of the world, we became a prisoner or a servant unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? So when we come into this thing, we have to understand that, yeah, we have liberty, but at the same time, we're still a captive to or a prisoner to the Lord. All right, so basically what happened was the Lord freed us from the world, but made us his prisoner. And if we're the Lord's prisoner, then what? That means we must serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and we cannot be entangled with that previous bondage of the world. Okay? Because that's why, we consistently do the things that we do to the best of our ability. You see the apostles and elders, they consistently go to the highways and byways week in and week out. They consistently doing videos on a daily basis, feeding the sheep, carrying their yoke of Yahweh Shai, and still pushing forward with that same vigor, that same compassion, that same drive and zeal. Okay? And why is that? Because ultimately they understand that they are servant of the Lord. And we have to have that same understanding where when duty calls, when duty calls as far as the scriptures, you got to make sure that you're available. Because you are a prisoner. Okay? Just because you have a level of mental freedom due to the scriptures, that doesn't mean that you could, just coast through the world now. You got to put yourself in them chains and in that yoke under Yahweh Shai. All right? So let's start at Galatians chapter 5 and verse 1.
God, this is Galatians chapter 5 and verse 1. It says, "Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith Yahweh Shai Mashiach hath made us free."
Yeah, that's right. And that liberty means freedom. So it says what? Stand fast in the liberty. Okay? And like I said before, how are we made free? The cares of this world. Okay? We're free from the cares of this world. We don't necessarily have to stress ourselves out about a light bill. We don't have to, carry that burden of wondering if you're going to have food and water. Wondering if you're going to have the basic necessities of life. Because you've been freed from that mental bondage of worrying, of being stressed. Now you can just believe and have faith. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, "Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith Yahweh Shai Mashiach hath made us free, and be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage."
It says, "Be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage." And that yoke of bondage was what? Living here in America, not knowing whether you coming or going, man. Not having an idea or a clue about life itself, not knowing who you are, what's your identity, your nationality, being a slave to these Edomite corporations. Being a bondage to your family. Feeling like everything is just centered around your family. You put yourself on the back burner for everything. You pretty much the last option in your own life. Everything else come before you. That's a mental bondage. That's a mental strain that's been placed on us through the bondage of this world, the cares of this life, man. Working yourself to death just to get you a nice Cadillac Escalade, man. Working yourself to death, or putting yourself last just so you can have that nice house.
Yeah, I understand that, it's more things to life than what Esau has to offer you. Such as the spiritual, gifts that the Lord gives you. Desiring the kingdom. That's how the truth, set us free, man.
Yep.
Mentally.
That's right. And we can't use that liberty to fulfill the lust of the flesh. Okay? Now, that was it on verse 1?
Yeah.
Jump down to verse 13.
This verse 13. It says, "For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty, only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh."
That's right. Meaning you have to have a spiritual motivation throughout the course of this walk. You have to let spiritual things motivate you, man. All right? Because you can use this liberty as an occasion to the flesh. I already read that. I don't have to read that again. I'm tired. I already watched that video. I know that breakdown. You know? I ain't gonna link up with the brothers. I ain't gonna pray. I prayed for that already. I'm gonna go do something else to fulfill the lust of your flesh. You know? The flesh has a mind of its own, man. And if you allow the flesh to tug you and pull you in ways that's against the Holy Spirit, it can lead you into what? Into dangerous situations.
That's right.
Okay? Because the flesh tell you one thing, but when you see the spirit could be telling you a whole nother thing. But if you follow that flesh, nah, and you just basically frustrating the spirit, then what are you doing? You're using your liberty as an occasion to the flesh. You know? You're saying that you pretty much, you know it. You know this thing. I'm free from all of this. I've read that before. I know that breakdown. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go fulfill the lust of my flesh. Not considering that when we come into the truth, we're free from the world, but we're an actual prisoner to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, which is a lighter burden.
Yeah, it's a lighter burden. I had that in Matthew too.
Okay, so matter of fact, I'll get it for you if you want to break it down. Matthew 11?
Yeah.
All right, Con, this is it's the book of Matthew, chapter 11, in verse 28. It says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest."
That's right, man. So, us, first and foremost, letting Yahweh Shai, deal with us, because the scriptures tell us that we didn't choose him, he chose us. So with that being said, the Lord gave us the rest from like the bishop was speaking about, not worrying about your bills being paid, basically the carnal things of life.
Yep.
Cars, clothes, money, that's no longer a burden. Of course, we do what's necessary. That's not a burden to us, man.
This is verse 29. "Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls."
That's right, man. So basically, it's saying that the truth is going to set us free, man. Us finding rest, in the truth.
Yep. And it says rest for your soul. Notice you may still have to, go to work. You may still have to, take care of certain, your lively necessities. Take care of your family if you have one. Take care of your bills and things of that nature. But it said you will find rest for your soul. And that's what a mass majority of these Israelites don't have. They don't have spiritual freedom. Their body is in bondage and their spirit is in bondage. They have no type of hope. They have no type of hope outside of what they can see. A nigga mind don't go past a mansion in a luxury vehicle and money. That's about as far as a nigga can think.
Yep.
Why? Because he don't have a rest for his soul. Even if they do acquire and get those carnal riches, they still not satisfied. Why? Because their soul, their spirit is still troubled. Okay? I'm going to read the last verse for you, bro.
Yeah.
Verse 30, it says, "For my yoke is easy and my burden is light."
That's right, man. Basically saying that the Lord, is not going to take you through anything that you can't handle, man. So your trials and tribulations, that you face while you're in the truth, the Lord is bringing them upon you so that you can become stronger. Not so you can just fall out, and go back into slavery, man.
Right.
That's
why we make you a strong servant of him.
He's trying to build you up, man.
Yep.
Not just so you can just, go back and just work for Esau, man. That's not what this is about, man. This is about you know, being future joint heirs with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You know?
That's right. This is John chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Yep, that's right. So, like we say, we have liberty, we have freedom, and it's because we have the truth. Now you don't have to carry that burden around on Christmas. You don't have to worry about, you know, celebrating New Year's and Thanksgiving and Halloween and all of these things. You know, you don't have to, you know, believe that the so-called white man is your friend. You don't have to believe that the black woman is God. Okay? You don't have to believe that only black people are your people. Okay? You're free from all of the lies that you've been entangled and engulfed with throughout your life. You're made free.
Yeah.
But don't mistake that liberty or that freedom just to do whatever the hell you want to do. Okay? That's frustrating the grace. That's abusing your liberty. That's using it as an occasion to the flesh. We call to be servants. If we're going to serve, hey, we got to fully dedicate ourselves to the ministry. Anything that comes with this walk, there really shouldn't be excuses made as to why certain things can't be handled and certain things can be done.
Yeah.
And if you're a servant of the Lord, you got to learn to make adjustments. Okay? You shouldn't be content with, you know, a bare minimum effort, man. Because you're a servant. You're a minister. You've been called to serve. It's like if you got called to serve in the military, and when you got to go through boot camp and certain military drills, and if you give a subpar effort, what happens? They just send your ass back into the world.
Or you lose your rank.
Or you lose your rank. But if you come in and if you stick to the script and you do what you got to do, you get all kind of benefits. You get all kind of discounts. You get a lot of different you know, perks. You know. But you got to go in and you got to what? You got to serve. You got to give effort. And that's the same thing spiritually. If you give a subpar effort, you're not fully dedicating yourself as a servant.
Yeah.
You're using your liberty as an occasion to the flesh, and you're drawing back to the old bondage, and that's a dangerous thing, man. Okay, you had something up?
Yeah, I had a quick one.
Yeah.
This is Galatians chapter 4, verse 9.
Yep.
It says, "But now, after that ye have known the Most High, or rather are known of the Most High, how turn ye again to weak and beggarly elements, whereunto ye desire again to be in bondage?"
Right. So he said, "I'll turn you again to weak and beggarly elements, forsaking the brotherhood and the body and the truth for a woman." All right. You know, getting jobs and you know that you know is gonna get in the way of the truth. You know, always having this family God demon on you, man. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna hang out with my family. You know, I'm gonna do this. Look, man, we got a whole 7 days a week to do what we gotta do. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua ain't asking us for much. He's not asking us for much. That's why we read the scripture in what? Matthew the 11th chapter. My burden is easy and my yoke is light. Take it upon you and you shall have rest. Okay? Rest for your souls. So if you always find a way to not be able to get certain things done in the ministry because of this and because of that, it's because you're turning back to those beggarly elements, man. The minute things. You don't see the big picture in a total spectrum. You see it partially. And you got to work on that vision. You got to understand the amount of return that you'll gain from fully dedicating yourself to this ministry. And not give a subpar effort because you a servant. You know, we are all servants. Okay? So when duty calls, man, I don't give a damn how tired you are. Duty calls. You know? I don't give a damn where your woman want to go eat at. If you know tonight this is what's going on, that's what's going on.
Yeah.
That's why the scripture say, then began they to make an excuse. One say, I have a wife to tend to, I have a land to tend to, I have oxen to tend to. Because you using the liberty in Yahweh Shai to fulfill your flesh. Like, yeah, well, you know, I'll be not considering that that can create a pattern of bad works if you continue to do that. You got to be self-motivated. You got to be, not even self-motivated. You got to be motivated in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You got to think upon the sacrifices and the things that he dedicated for us to even be here today.
And because, just adding on to your point, because, once you, if you fall out the truth, it's going to be worse than you even finding out about the truth, man. Because the scriptures say, roughly paraphrasing, that it was better that they not even, found out.
In Peter?
Yeah, and Peter. So once you, turn your back, you got it.
I got it, bro.
Yeah,
this is 2 Peter chapter 2, in verse 19. It says, while they promised them liberty, they themselves are servants of corruption. For of whom a man is overcome, of the same is he brought into bondage. So see, the same thing that you overcame at one point in time, it comes right back and it puts you right back in bondage.
Yeah.
That's what it's saying, verse 20. For if they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of the Lord and Savior Yahushua HaMashiach.
That's the truth, setting us free.
They are again entangled therein, and Yahushua Salakia. They are again entangled therein and overcome. The latter end is worse with them than the beginning.
That's right. So it says the latter end is worse than the beginning, man. So now you know that the so-called white man is Satan, and now you gotta work up on them and not having the Spirit of the Lord with you. Now you know that judgment, a high amount of judgment is coming to America, and you don't have the Lord on the side with you. Those things are gonna plague your mind, man. It's gonna eat at your mind every second out of the day, man.
That's right.
You're not gonna enjoy nothing. And ultimately you go bug out, man. Just like how we see it. That's why you got fallouts, and what happens? They start going against the scriptures, going against the doctrines, becoming homosexuals. All types of weird madness because the scriptures, them once knowing the truth, and now not having the Spirit of the Lord with you, so allowing you to be free. You bug out, man.
Yep. That's right. Continuing on, verse 21. Verse 21. For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness than after they have known it to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them. That's why the scriptures say, I'd rather you be cold or hot. But because you are lukewarm, I will spew you out of my mouth. And a lukewarm servant is one that is using the liberty as an occasion to the flesh. He's allowing the affairs of this life, the affairs of this world, to choke out the word within him, and he don't necessarily see it. He don't necessarily catch it because he thinks that it's okay. When the Lord requires undivided attention, man. Okay? Hey, we the Lord's woman. Israel is likened unto the Lord's woman. The Lord requires that undivided attention, man.
Yeah.
And we must give it to him when he calls and the Spirit calls. It must be given. Okay? Let me get was that Ephesians? Did I read Ephesians 4 yet? God. Yeah, get that Ephesians chapter 4 verse 1 real quick, huh?
It's in Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called.
That's right. Hey, what you say? A prisoner of the Lord. So Paul had fully dedicated himself to serving Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua through thick and thin, man. And there were obstacles that came his way. There were stipulations. Okay, there were stumbling blocks. There were hurdles. But guess what he did? He fully dedicated himself to it, man. Okay? He didn't give a partial effort. He gave a full effort. And that's why we must understand that what happened with us when the Lord freed us from the bondage of this world, it was a transfer of ownership. When we were once under the bondage of this world, the Lord took us from this world and he made us his servant. So we still even though we have liberty, we still prisoners. Okay? So let's get this last precept, 2 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 17, and then we'll go ahead and close it out, get ready for class.
said 2 Corinthians 3 and 13.
3 and 17. 2 Corinthians 3 and 17.
The 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 17 says, "Now the Lord is that Spirit, wherewith the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's liberty."
Yep. See, so where the Spirit of the Lord is liberty, it's freedom.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have to worry about that same, being on guard around Jake and
Mm-hmm.
got my gun on me. Niggas better not trip.
Because we removed ourselves. The Lord, He give us spiritual partners to, to save our lives, basically, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the liberty that we have, man. But now, that the Lord has given us these partners, such as don't do this, do that. Now we have to serve the Lord, man. Now we have to try to keep, the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability.
That's
man.
right. That's right.
Now
bro.
we have to keep. Now we don't eat pork. Now we don't get edge ups and line-ups, man.
You come on there.
That's the prisoners that we have, because we say this all the time, man. We're surrounded by wickedness.
Yep.
So it's easy for a brother to go off, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can just walk outside, not even leave your neighborhood and be going off.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the Lord has set up these laws, statutes, and commandments for us to abide by, man.
And that's why the scriptures say what? Them that keep the law shall find what? Life.
Yeah.
So that's why we carry ourselves within the bondage of Yahushua. We understand that even though he don't have a whip, a physical whip to pop us in the back to get us in shape, we understand the things that if we don't do, we'll receive punishment for, man.
God.
And the Lord, everything that you put before Yahweh Shai, he'll take it away from you. Put your kids before the Lord and watch what happens.
Yep.
You're gonna take them away. Put your woman before the Lord. He gonna take her away. Put your job before the Lord. He gonna take it away.
Yep.
Put your house and your car before the Lord, and he gonna take it away. Whatever you're not willing to sacrifice becomes your own personal sacrifice. Okay? Because you're not willing to sacrifice it for the Lord, so now you're gonna have to sacrifice it for yourself.
That's right.
Because you don't want to give it up. You don't want to adjust. You don't want to prepare. You want to be complacent. Okay? The Lord is looking for fully engaged servants.
That's right.
To fully serve him. Understanding that we've been freed, and we're thankful that we've been freed from the bondage of this world, man. And you got to show your gratitude and through your actions. Like, man, I'm happy. I ain't fucking still in the world. I'm about to give a good effort as much as I can, man. And the Lord will look upon that thing and be like, man, this servant right here, man, he can handle that.
Yeah, kind of.
Like, you'll give him a nice car. He can handle that. He fully dedicated. You give him a couple dollars. He fully dedicated. That ain't gonna throw him off. He locked in. But you wonder, certain things, don't line up how you want to line up. Well, you gotta check your your patterns.
Yeah.
Okay? So with that you had another precept?
No, that was it.
Okay, Con. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and close it out. Giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. And double honors once again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And peace, salutations, much love to the elect. Until the next time we say Shalom.
Shalom.